Formahoof is a division of D2M Solutions. We are currently based in Dubai Silicon Oasis, where we have our research and development facility. At D2M Solutions, we have state-of-the-art technologies in-house, which we traditionally use in the aerospace and defense industries. Some of the technologies we offer include 3D scanning, 3D printing, additive manufacturing, and high-end design capabilities, which really helped us develop the Formahoof product range. D2M Solutions was approached by some innovative farriers who were looking for a solution to treat laminitis. The farriers needed a solution that was easy and painless to apply to the horse's hoof. We worked closely with farriers and included other equine experts such as jockeys, podiatrists, equine health professionals, elite sportsmen, jumping equestrians, endurance equestrians, amongst others, which really helped by providing feedback in the product development process. Formahoof Equimold Reform is our latest product, which is used to help treat laminitis. We are also developing additional products to address other hoof care needs.
Today we're at the Blue Stables, the home of Mike de Kock Racing in Dubai, to learn a little bit more about how they've been using the Formahoof products. Mike, you've been a leader in the industry for many years, and congratulations, you've just hit the amazing milestone of having your 3,000th winner globally. You have a very passionate team of experts in all areas of the thoroughbred industry, with a strong focus on the long-term podiatry soundness of your horses. Could you please outline a little your ideas in this area?
Yeah, sure. A number of years ago, and probably in the time that I've known Declan, we've realised that taking care of horses' feet or horses' podiatry can extend their longevity, make them probably perform better and more pain-free. The biggest problem today in racing and with horses is asymmetrical feet, long toe, no heel syndrome. All of these things lead to early retirement, and at the end of the day, if I'm an owner and I'm spending a lot of money purchasing horses, I would like to see longevity out of it, especially if it's a horse with ability. So horses retiring at 2 and 3 are no good for the industry, no good for any of us in the game. And I'd like a horse racing at 5 and 6 and 7 years old, especially one with ability. So at the end of the day, we have to find a solution as to why a lot of these horses are having problems.
Recently, you've been using the Formahoof Equimold system on some of your horses. Have you seen any significant improvement in these horses?
Yes, we have, and I must admit at first I was probably a little skeptical because, let's face it, at the end of the day we're all steeped in history, and there's 500 years of horses being banged away with shoes and nails being put into their feet, and have relied on the expertise of a farrier with a rasp and a anvil and shoes. So once this came along and I saw for myself firsthand the effects of it. Well, most horses really are asymmetrical and have long toes and no heels, and the thing that this system can do is correct that almost instantly. I know it almost sounds crazy, but it's something that does have an effect. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. I've seen horses that were many degrees out with the 2 different feet, and whose gaits were definitely affected. And once the former hoof was put on the horse, he definitely started moving differently and better. So it's modern thinking. It's got to be embraced by horsemen, but if horsemen do embrace it, they will definitely see improved in performance, improved in horses' hoof well-being, and ultimately the animal's well-being.
Sounds like really good news. You've just completed a site visit of the Formahoof R&D and manufacturing facility. How do you see these technologies being applied to the industry going forward?
Performance is one thing, i.e., we can sort of refer to a racing stable as a Formula One stable, and we know what we can do with horses with performance in getting their feet right. But again, it all starts at home. The important thing is that a mare needs to have a happy pregnancy, in my opinion, and a lot of them are walking around with laminitic and sore feet, and again this system comes in there and assists them. Then we've got the breeders producing foals that may have issues with their legs. They're doing all sorts of procedures today that are quite honestly archaic, really. And again, farriers are taking rasps their feet to try and straighten out bones and all that type of thing. Whereas a limb that's been digitally scanned, analysed, and then a shoe or a fitting for his foot, designed especially for that animal. I mean, how much better can that be than a farrier just standing over him and guessing that he should take off a little bit more on the medial or the lateral heel to try and straighten up the leg. So I think this kind of thing over the next few years is going to, in my opinion, revolutionise racing and revolutionise the breeding industry, and more so even the performance of horses.
Declan, you're one of the industry leaders in equine podiatry innovation and care, with senior roles all over the world, including Dubai, Ireland, South Africa, Singapore and the USA. You currently specialise in elite-level thoroughbred podiatry management, including the long-term care of equine athletes that compete globally at the highest level. Could you please give us your opinions on the industry from a global perspective? And where do you see the former hoof product complementing your management plans for the equine athletes?
We use it now at the moment. I see many aspects for it. At the moment we're using it for a indiscrepancy in the biomechanics in the horse's limb. So basically, as we do in humans, we have podiatry. So in horses we try to adapt the same principles to make the horse comfortable, make him roll into his stride easier without any alterations or fulcrums. So what we'll do is we'll have a rider ride the horse, come back with feedback. We'll use an application on. We'll have the same rider again, same surface. We'll use it there. We'll come back, we'll do alterations immediately on it, as it is basically for us, it's about your imagination. If you use it, you're using it as liquid hoof, you're following the hoof contours. You're using it as liquid sole, you're following the sole contours, and you're using it as liquid frog, all three different components. You're trying to build the architecture in the foot that coincides with the best biomechanical movement for the horse, the best economical movement for the horse, and of course the soundness for the horse, which all equates out to length of stride for us. So at the bottom of it all, we're looking for the horse to get maximum stride that he's capable of getting, with the most comfort and with the least amount of application to his foot. Once the former hoof came along, for us it was a simple matter of just adapting it to what we were doing originally with other materials. The simplicity of it is, it's now for me, I see it as a complete in-house tool in a veterinary clinic, you know, where we could go in if required and put the application on for the veterinarians. The vet techs could use it, they could put the application on themselves. The horses could be re-x-rayed, the horses could be monitored and analysed, and once you get the horse into that total comfort zone, that seems to be then what's best for the horse, you know. To say what is best for each horse individually is very difficult, so we try it on a tried and tested method, is that the veterinarians will bring us a prescription of what they think is going to work. We'll apply it to the foot. If it works, we're all good to go. If it needs altering or changing in any way, it's simple. You know what I mean? You're removing some material and then replacing it again in certain areas. So for us, that's been really a big step forward, you know, for us in managing laminitis. So these are all the avenues we're looking for. Former hoof for us has made it very easy. Made it very easy for us to chop and change according to the horse's needs.
Johnny, as a Group 1 winning jockey worldwide, you've had the unique opportunity to ride some of the best thoroughbred horses in the industry. What have been your impressions of the former hoof products so far? Where do you see them creating an advantage to the racing industry in the performance, health and welfare of your equine racing partners?
Well, for us as a jockey, we come back and we give feedback. And obviously, the more feedback we give, the more the product can be utilised in a professional manner and the way it's supposed to work.
It's good to hear from the driving seat, really, all this information.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, a lot of information comes from the jockey because he's on the horse and we're galloping them at 60 and 65 kilometers an hour. So we actually feel if there's a problem from a horse, you can feel it from their feet all the way up to the shoulders, and you can actually feel it as a rider. And like I said, it'll be a big step in the right direction for horse racing.